Welcome to yoga. It's nice to have you here.
Thank you.
You can go ahead and mute yourself and we will get started. I'm gonna pin my view. All right. And get myself on full screen. All right, great. Well, welcome to our first yoga class of the fall session. We'll use this hour to connect with our bodies and our mind and our spirits. So we're going to start in mountain pose, which is the feet are close together, the heels are just slightly apart, our hands our palms forward. There's a slight bend, just a micro bend in our knees. And we're going to go ahead and close our eyes, lifting the belly. And just noticing the breath. Noticing the rise and fall of the chest. And we're just going to take a nice long inhale for 4 counts. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Squeeze all that air out. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 8. 1, 2. Control that breath. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and just inhale, sweeping the arms up, looking up, and root those feet into the floor. We're just going to hold that reach. I'm going to tilt my camera up a little bit more so you can see me. Oops, wrong way. We're rooting our feet and we're lengthening, pulling the shoulders down, lifting the belly, and just stay here. We're going to breathe a couple of times, big breaths, holding this length, looking up, rooting the feet, spreading the feet out wide. If you have energy in your body, in your legs, belly, shoulders, back, arms, fingertips, eyes, you will start to sweat just standing here. Deep breaths in, slow exhales. On the next exhale, we're going to sweep the arms down and push like a wall in front of us. Push, 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 bending the knees over the toes, scooping the pelvis down. Belly button goes to spine. Push that wall like you're pushing the wall in front of you. Drop the chin to the chest. Scoop that pelvis. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms down and up. Lengthen again. Root the feet. Top of the inhale. Hold that breath for a few minutes. Make sure you drop those shoulders. And when the exhale comes, sweep the arms down and scoop that belly button and push the wall again. Let's do that 2 more times. Nice and slow. Try to get an 8 count inhale and an 8 count exhale. Good. At the bottom of that last 8 count exhale, take your hands to your knees. We're just going to do a little cat-cow here. Inhale, arch the back, look up. Exhale, round the back, look down, sort of like a standing cat-cow. Arch, look up, and round, look down. Inhale, push the hands to the knees, arch, look up. Exhale, round, look down. Chin goes to chest. And one more time, inhale, arch, look up. Welcome, welcome, join us. We're just breathing and stretching. Exhale, round, look down. Good. Inhale, sweep those arms up one more time. Clasp the fingers together and push the hips to the right. Leaning the upper body over to the left. Now drop the scapula. Look under that right armpit. Create that half moon. Belly is lifted. Open up the chest slightly towards the ceiling. Breathe. Inhale, come up through center. Exhale, other side. Push those hips to the left. Pull the top hand away from the shoulder, but drop the shoulder. Lift the belly. Open up the chest towards the ceiling. Breathe here. And inhale on the recovery, staying here. We're gonna do a little arch. Push the hips forward. Take the head up, eyes up, chin up, tight glutes. Breathe in the arch. And inhale, recover. And let's exhale all the way down into either a half forward fold with our hands on our knees, getting ourselves ready for that full forward fold, or go ahead and drop into a forward fold and shake it out. Shake the knees one at a time, gently shake the head, no. And shake the head, yes. If you have blocks and you're not ready to go all the way into a full forward fold right now, you can use those just to rest your hands on. I really want this to be kind of a release and a surrender. So let's just stay here in forward fold for a while, finding the looseness. Try not to lock those knees. You want that micro bend, and then pay a little bit of attention to the core. Pay attention to that belly button. Is it lifted? And where is your weight on your feet? Yeah, check that you're centered. You're not on your heels with your booty pushed back. You're not on the balls of your feet. Yeah, find that center and just release into the forward fold. Let's take like 3 slow breaths here. And on the next exhale, bend the knees over the toes. The head is heavy. Let's roll back up to standing very slowly because we don't want to get dizzy. Last thing to come up is the head. Good, we're just gonna do a few arm movements here and breathing movements. We're gonna inhale, opening up the chest with goalpost arms. Exhale, bringing those elbows together. Inhale, open, exhale. Bring the elbows close together, kiss them and bring them high, almost like in line with your chin. That's gonna give you a nice gentle stretch between those scapulas behind your back. Welcome. We're just breathing, getting ourselves ready. Inhale, exhale. Good, inhale and exhale. Let's hold the elbows together here. Let's just lift the elbows up and then bring them down to the chest. Inhale. And exhale. You can add the head looking up when the elbows come down, looking down as the elbows come up. Belly is lifted. Good. Now we're going to take those elbows behind us. We're going to clasp the hands and point the pointing finger down to the ground as we open up the chest, lift the belly, and then lift the hands away from the glutes. 2 deep breaths here. Good. Go ahead and just release the hands and let's do a few head circles to the right. Slow and steady. Slow head circles. And a few to the left. Maybe you want to take a nice big sigh. And when you get to the right side, roll the shoulders back, drop the right ear to the right shoulder, and then maybe use the weight of your hand just to give it a little deeper stretch. Flex the palm of the left hand. Tilt the chin up slightly, about 2 inches. Keep pressing that palm down. See how that stretches the front part of the left side of the neck, and then tilt your chin down about 2 inches. Really make sure that that shoulder stays rolled down and release. Try the other side. Left ear to left shoulder, right palm pressing towards the floor. Take some deep breaths here. This is our time to come to our body, to get present in our body, to be gentle in the way we wake it up and prepare it for the work ahead. Tilt the chin up. And tilt the chin down. Good. Let's just take a few shoulder circles. Exhale as you bring them down. Inhale as you bring them up. And reverse. Good. Clasping the hands behind us. Take the hands to the right hip. Squeeze the elbows together. Look to your left. 2 big breaths. Switch sides. Elbows squeeze together, shoulders drop, look to the left. Hands are hooked on your left hip. Clasped together. Good. Take the feet slightly apart. Just gonna do a little stretch here. We're gonna bend the left knee over the toe. We're gonna swoop the right arm up so we create that long diagonal line. Knee is over the toe, looking under the right armpit. Inhale here. Exhale, press to center. Inhale, other side. Exhale, press to center. Inhale, sweep that arm and create that long line. And then come center. You're bending the knee over the toe as you reach over the body. It's not just in the torso. It's also the knee bending. Make sure that you get that part of the movement because that's heating up the legs. Exhale as you come center. Inhale as you sweep the arm across, creating that beautiful diagonal line. Good. Next time you come over to the left, let's hold here for a minute. And we're gonna straighten the leg and try to keep the body where it is. Ah, yes, see if you can drop a little bit closer down, that hand down the leg. And now we're gonna use the core to bring us up to center. Good, we're gonna bend the right knee, sweep across, find that long line, and then we're gonna slowly straighten that knee, but keep the body where it was, the torso. And use that crunch of that left oblique to bring us to center. Good, we're gonna go into pyramid, taking the arms out to the side, coming through the flat back. Now this might fire up your hamstrings. That's all right. We're gonna take the hands to our waist. We're gonna do 3 deep lunge plies here. Knees over toes and straighten. I want you to think about that core holding the spine like a silver platter. Bend the knees over the toes and straighten. Bend the knees over the toes and straighten. One more time. Bend the knees over the toes. And on this straighten, go ahead and tilt the body forward and drop that head between the legs and the feet. Shake it out. Let's take the left hand to the center between our legs and open up the spine to the right. Keeping the hips square, let's just do a gentle spinal twist here. And release, other side. Hand comes to the floor, palm flat on the ground, center between the feet. Open up the left arm, try and look at the ceiling. Keep the hips square, don't lift that left hip. And release, good. We're gonna bring the heels in slightly. We're gonna bend the legs so deeply that we come into a sumo squat. Our elbows are pushing against the inner part of our knees. This can be really intense. You want to drop that booty all the way down and see if you can get those knees out over your toes. You don't want them rolled in. If this hurts in any way, come out of it, put your hands on the floor, and just roll up. When you're ready, after you do your sumo stretch, why don't you move your heel toe back to parallel. And we're going to come into chair pose. So chair pose, knees are over toes, knees are bent, the upper body is on a diagonal, our arms are up by our ears. We're just going to breathe here. Bringing the hands together in prayer, we're going to twist to the right, place our left elbow on the outside of the right knee and look up towards the right shoulder. Pull down those wings, those scapulas on your back. Shoot the sits bones back, lift the belly, breathe. And come on back. And let's stand tall in mountain. Just breathe for a minute. Root those feet, lift the belly. Big breath in, big breath out. One more time into chair. Find that equal spot where your weight is distributed. Couple breaths here. Bring your hands into prayer, twist to the left. Right elbow goes to the outside of the left knee. Push those hands into prayer. That's gonna help you turn over that left shoulder. Now I want you to pull your scapulas down your back like you're pulling a vest down to your waist. Lift the belly. Breathe. And center and back to mountain. All right. Beautiful. Breathe. One more time, coming into chair. This time, we're gonna lift the heels off the floor. Lift those heels and see if you can sink that booty down about 2 more inches. Breathe. Drop those heels, press into mountain. Feel the energy of what you just did coursing through your body in mountain. Your body is still working. Even though it's not in that chair pose, it's still working. Good. And let's come right back into chair. We're gonna lift the right knee towards the chest. So pick up that leg off the floor, send the leg back and put the hands on the mat. Runner's lunge. Rock and roll here. We're gonna hang out here for a second. If you want to grab a block or two, you can put them on the inside of the left foot. Now you can stay here in runner's lunge. Right here is a solid stretch. If you want a little bit further, you can come down onto your elbows. Breathe deeply here. We are going to move a little in and out of this pose. We're going to straighten that front leg. Now I've moved my blocks to either side of the foot. So I'm coming into this head to knee position, and then I'm going to drop into runner's lunge with my focus forward. We're just going to do that a few times. Inhale, exhale. Whichever way feels good to you, you can exhale on the straightening of the leg and inhale on the lunge, or vice versa, whatever feels good to you in your breath. But you do want to try and match one inhale with one movement and one exhale with the other. Couple more times. Good. We're going to drop that knee and untuck the toe, and we're going to come up with our hands on our knee. And then we're going to take a nice deep breath, sweeping the arms up and breathing here. So I'm not on the top of my knee. I'm actually pushing the pelvis forward to open up that hip joint, that psoas muscle, get some nice heat and attention. And then I'm going to place my hands down on those blocks again or on the mat and push the pelvis back and flex the left foot and pull the left hip back and stretch over the leg. I'm curling my fingertips over my blocks, which is helping me get a little bit lower. I don't know about you guys, but it's been a while since I've been on my mat, so this feels intense. All right, we're gonna come back forward with hands on either side of our feet. We're gonna press into the lunge, and then we're going to bring our feet together and then up to mountain. How are you? Do I get a thumbs up? Are we okay? Are we getting there? All right, we're gonna do the other side, and then we're gonna do our pranayama. So that'll end our warm up. All right, here we go. Chair, one last time. Lifting that belly button towards the spine. Lift the left knee towards the chest. Shoot it back. And then hands come down to the mat. I'm bringing my hands to the inside of the right foot. Rock and roll here, do what feels good. The first time we get into any pose, we gotta feel it out. We gotta listen to our body. It's like we're having a little, it's like when you walk into a cafe and you're checking out which seat you want. That's what we're doing right now with this runner's lunge. We're checking it out, checking out the scene. And when and if we're ready, we can drop onto our elbows, and maybe we don't want to. Maybe we stay up on our hands, whatever feels good to you. Breathe it out. Go ahead and place one hand on the outside of the right foot and one hand on the inside. We're gonna move between our head to knee, pulling that right hip back, draping the body over the leg, and our runner's lunge, lengthening the top of the head away from the heel of the left foot. So we create that kind of triangle pose, and then the long runner's lunge. And we're matching our breath with our movement. Next time we come into runner's lunge, drop that knee and untuck the toe. And let's bring those arms up. Take a look at the ceiling. Drop the scapula. Beautiful. Hands to the floor or to your blocks. Pull the pelvis back towards the heels. Pull the right hip back. Flex the right foot. Lengthen the hands away from the head. See if you can drop that booty down a little bit further towards the heel. Get that delicious hamstring and calf stretch. Breathe. And when you're ready, coming back to the runner's lunge, hands to the mat, bring the feet together, and then come up to mountain. Whew. Yeah, good. Grab some water. So good to have everybody here. It's been a while. All right. We're getting off to a good start. Let's do our pranayama so we can do it standing since we're up. 20 breaths, sweeping the arms up on the inhale and through prayer on the exhale. This is marking the end of our warm-up and just getting us closer to that life force, that breath, our anchor through all of this yoga. Our breath is our anchor. Whenever you're ready, begin. Three more. Clasp those fingers together, send the palms to the ceiling. Walk the shoulders up the ladder, right, left, right, left, right, left, and maybe one more, right, left. Keep the lift in that torso and slowly bring those arms down, but keep that lift like you're a statue, like the Academy Awards or the Emmys or something. You're like that statue. Cute, great. And we're gonna go right into tree. With that stance, with that strength and length, we're going to go right into tree. Find that center, find your focal point. Send the knee back behind you slightly, opening up that hip. And you can stay here in prayer, or you can take your arms up if you want. And I'm actually gonna lift that knee right up into my hand and just see if I can get a little ankle stretch right here. Just rolling that ankle out one way and then the other way. And then I'm gonna cross that knee into the front, switch hands, and just do a standing spinal twist, opening up the right hand behind me and looking behind me. Oh, wow, my spine just cracked all the way up my spine. Ah, and recover and come on down. Yes, my standing leg is heated. We'll try the other side. Coming into tree first. I like to think of those. I like to imagine the roots of my tree are connecting me down to the center of the earth. Oh, that just got so intense it threw me off balance. And then when you're ready, you can take those arms wherever you wish and play with those arms. We always have to have a sense of play with our yoga. Sometimes we get into the habit of always doing the same thing with our poses. And that can become familiar, and it can be reassuring, and that there's always a place for that. But then we also need days where we kind of allow ourselves to play and try different things. Pick up that knee and circle the ankle, because you'll never know what you might like and what you might find unless you play around. Bring that knee forward, switch arms, and open yourself up to a standing twist. Press that standing leg into the floor. Lengthen through that standing leg. Ah, and recover. All right. Excellent. Shake those legs out. We're going to do a few sun salutations. So come to sort of the back half of your mat. We're going to take a nice deep breath in, sweeping those arms up, looking up. Exhale, dive through all the way down into your forward fold. Wag that tail if you want to. Inhale, lengthen up about halfway. And then let your arms just release forward and go back to that delicious forward fold. Walk the hands forward and the feet back into down dog. Let's just breathe here for a minute. It's our first down dog. Wrap those shoulders out and down and back. Reach the heels towards the ground. Lift the belly button. Send the sits bones to the ceiling. You know what we're going to do here? We're just going to move between plank and down dog, maybe 5 times. Inhale, come into plank. Exhale, press back. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. 3 more on your own time. All right, good. Let's lift that right leg up and just hold it for a minute. Keep the right hip dropped. So you're lifting the leg only as far as it can go with the right hip still square with the left. Breathe. Now open up the hip and stack the right hip on top of the left. You should be able to get your leg a little higher and look under that right armpit and bend the knee of that top leg. See how that just opens up the hip. We're gonna sweep that knee down, through and under and drop onto the side of the inner part of our left foot to come into a side plank with the right foot shooting out in front of us. Breathe. Place the hand back on the mat, send the leg back up and down. Good, let's come onto our knees and let's press back into prayer pose. Big sigh. That was a lot of energy. Now we get to just release, surrender. This is a home base. We're gonna go nice and slow with these sun salutations. It's our first day back. Come on into all fours and then tuck the toes and come back to plank and come back to down dog. We're gonna do the other side here. Lift the left leg. Now keep the left hip dropped. Couple breaths here. Open up the hip. Stack the left hip on top of the right. You might want to look under your left armpit. Now make sure both hands have equal weight. Go ahead and bend the knee. Let the heel drop towards the buttock. That's going to open up the front of that pelvis again. Now we're going to swivel the knee down and through and shoot that left foot out and roll onto the inside of our right foot for a plank with the left leg shooting out in front of us at a right angle. And then hands come back to the mat, leg comes up and down, and we're gonna come down onto our hands and knees. This time we're gonna just drop the booty towards the heels. Actually, let's tuck the toes and let's stretch those toes out for a minute. You can shake your wrists out if you want. Shake your arms. And let's complete that sun salutation. Come on down to all fours, come into plank, and we're gonna do a chaturanga or a half chaturanga. So you can lower the knees and then drop down with your elbows scraping your rib cage, or you can stay in plank and drop down straight from plank. Then we're gonna come into cobra. Really pull those scapulas down, shoulders down, and then tuck the toes and come back into down dog. And then step or walk the feet into forward fold and slowly bending the knees and rolling through the spine, come up to standing. All right, one more of those. And it's going to be slow with lots of stuff in the middle. Here we go. Inhale. Reach. Exhale. Dive. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen, and release back to forward fold. Step back into down dog. Big breath in down dog. Big breath. Go ahead and lift the right leg up, and let's bring the knee to the right elbow. So you're kind of shifting your weight forward, tapping the right elbow on the right knee, and then send it back and lower the leg. Lifting the left leg, bring the left knee to the left elbow, shifting the weight forward, tap that knee to the elbow, and bring it back, down dog. Lift the right knee, and we're gonna step all the way forward, bringing the foot between the hands. Go ahead and drop the left heel to the ground, and let's pinwheel into warrior two. Go ahead and find your warrior two. You want your heel of your right foot shooting towards the middle arch of your left foot. You want the pelvis flat with your left hip towards your left leg and your right hip towards your right. And then when you find that, go ahead and drop those scapulas and bring that vest down, like you're pulling that vest down to the waist, which is your scapulas, and lift the belly, or engage the belly, I should say. See if you can come down a couple more inches with that knee dropping over the ankle a little further. Elbow comes to the thigh, sweep that left arm up and over, press the pelvis forward slightly. Stay here, or if you want an extra challenge, parallel those arms. I'm looking under my left armpit. Rewind, elbow, arm, warrior two. Pinwheel the left arm up and over, lift the back heel. Step back to down dog. If you want, you can do a flow through here before we go to the other side. That would be a chaturanga from either full plank or on your knees, or you can just meet me back in down dog. Lifting the left leg, swinging that leg through to the hands, dropping the right heel, pinwheeling the arms around to warrior two on the opposite side. Line up your hips, line up your ankle with your arch, find that flatness, pull the vest down, engage the belly, arms come out. Warrior two, track that knee back and see if you can sink a couple more inches. Elbow comes down, sweep that arm up and over, press the pelvis forward, and you can stay here or parallel those arms. Rewind, elbow, arm, warrior two, pinwheel, hands to the mat, down dog, and either stay in down dog or do your vinyasa. Flow through. Step or jump your feet to your hands and roll to standing. Grab some water. Got good time here. All right, let's come on down to our mats. We're gonna do some core. All right. We're gonna start with very slow bicycles, old school bicycles, but they're so slow that maybe we're only gonna do 2 or 3. So what that looks like, oh, let me see if I can adjust this a little. All right, it's like slightly uneven. All right. So we're going to have our hands behind our head, and our left leg is going to be long against the floor. We're going to bring our right knee up, so it's kind of like a table. We're going to come off the floor to the bra line, the bottom of the bra line. Our elbows are back. We're going to twist the left elbow to the right knee and exhale and squeeze that elbow towards the knee. And then come back to center. Sorry, now this leg is meeting us in table, the left leg. And then we're gonna switch. Squeeze the right elbow to the left knee. Exhale. Inhale, come back to table. If you want to release the upper body down when you come to table, that's fine. You can lay your upper body down and then lift it as you lengthen the left leg. And then relax back down as you come to table. Or you can twist the elbow towards the knee as you lengthen the opposite leg. And then keep the upper body off the floor as you come to table. So that way you're never releasing and you're really working that lower abs as well when you come in and hold that table, especially with your elbows back. Only one more time, probably on each side is all we need. Good. All right, release, just hug the knees to the chest. Maybe circle them around. Shake those legs. Good. We're gonna lengthen the legs all the way down on the mat. Our arms are above our head. We're gonna inhale. On the exhale, we peel the upper body off the floor. We're trying to keep our arms by our ears, if we can, to come up to sitting. And then we're gonna release over and give ourselves a nice, delicious stretch and forward fold. That's our treat. And then we come up back to sitting. And then we peel the lower back down slowly, lower back, mid back, upper back, and then the head. So we're basically just peeling the upper body off the floor and then peeling it back. And we get this delicious stretch in between. Let's do that a couple more times. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. Right here is a really important moment. Right there. Yes, right there, Shore. Yes, right there. Oh, look at you holding that. Inhale, arms come above the head. Exhale, peel. Try to keep those arms by the ears. It's really hard. Also, try not to over tighten your jaw or your neck. And one more time down to the ground. Good. Let's take those legs up in the air. We're gonna take our arms down on the ground, palms down. We're gonna inhale, lowering the legs slightly, maybe we would go up 45 degrees, and exhale, bring them up. If you want, you can add a slight breath of fire here and lift the pelvis off the floor for like about 2 inches or about as high as it will go. Inhale, lower the legs as far as you can go without releasing the lower back. And then bring it back up. And then a nice breath of fire. Inhale and lift. Inhale, lower the legs. Exhale, bring the legs back. Inhale and couple more. Inhale, lower the legs. Exhale, bring them up. Inhale, lower the legs. Exhale, bring them up. Last time. Inhale, lower the legs. Exhale, bring them up. Good. And release. Let's just circle those knees out and around. Massaging that lower back on the floor. And drop the feet to the floor. We're going to do a little meditative glute bridge here. Hands are down by our sides. We're going to inhale, lifting the pelvis up, sweeping the arms up, tapping the top of the hands on the floor, and on the exhale, bringing the arms down with the pelvis. Now, this is a really wonderful meditative movement and stretch because we need to really focus on keeping the arms moving as long as the pelvis is moving and matching the inhale with the rise and the exhale with the lower. So focus on the breath. Try to match the bridge with the inhale and the lowering back down with the exhale. Next time you come down to the ground, go up onto your toes, lift the heels, and then go into the bridge again. Same thing, sweeping the arms up over the head, and then bringing the arms down. But now we're up on our toes. It's just a little different focus for the glutes. The next time you come up to bridge on your toes, bring the arms down by your sides, but leave the hips up. Press the hands into the floor, so that really gives you even more of a lift. We're gonna do 10 breath of fire right here, opening the knees. Close the knees. Open. And slowly lower. I think that was more than 10, I don't know. And hug those knees to your chest. Let's come into happy baby, hooking those feet, those toes into the fingers and rocking back and forth. Let's cross the right, let's lower the left foot to the ground and cross the right ankle over it. Lift the left leg off the ground, weave your arms through. Use your elbow to press your right knee away from you while you use your hands around your thigh to pull your left thigh towards you. Drop the shoulders on the ground. Try to relax the neck. Uncross, recross the other side. I'm using my left elbow to kind of push the left knee away from me while I use my arms to pull my thigh towards me. Dropping and relaxing the shoulders and the neck, the jaw. And release. Let's extend the right leg down on the ground and hug the left knee to our chest. Cross the knee over the body and give yourself a spinal twist, gentle, gentle, looking over the left shoulder. And recover. Slowly switch legs. Hug the right knee to the chest. Cross it over your body. Extend the right arm at shoulder height. Look over the right shoulder. Release into spinal twist. And slowly recover. Lengthen those legs away from the hands. Let's reach our hands away from our toes. We're going to inhale and we're going to hold our breath and we're going to tighten every part of our body. Tighten everything. Feet, toes, calves, knees, glutes, rib cage, shoulders, arms, wrists, feet, fingers, and face. And then at the last minute, when we can't hold the breath any longer, exhale into the ground. Swallow. Remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Stick out your tongue. Say, ah. Close your eyes. Come into Shavasana, deep relaxation. And just let the work that we've done today move around inside of you. You've done the work. You deserve to rest. And we're going to listen to a 2-minute song. If you want to stay in Shavasana, that's fine. Otherwise, we'll close our practice today with gratitude for the way our body works. What a miracle it is that we can twist into all these poses. And gratitude for the community we create here, coming together on our mats to test ourselves, to appreciate and honor and celebrate ourselves, our bodies, our spirits. And the light in me salutes the light in you. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you. Hope to see you again.
Yes, hope to see you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Put your name in the chat if you haven't already done so they know who's here. Good to see you all again. Welcome, welcome back. We'll have a nice long session until winter.
So good to be back. Thank you, Ariane.
You're welcome. Good to see you. Bye, Amelia.